What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to the Indianapolis Colts Syndicate, where we are not yet at the training camp update. Right now, we have an update a little bit on Jonathan Taylor and to talk about him a little bit. But the important thing here is that if you watched this video, then you heard me talk about how the Colts, before the season started, needed to sign a couple of guys, one of which was Kareem Hunt. Now, earlier today, earlier this morning, this afternoon, early afternoon, late morning, something like that, it came out that Kareem Hunt had signed with the Saints. And as a Colts fan, with everything going on with JT and the fact that I had hoped that we would sign him before the season, I was not feeling great about it. I was a little hurt. But it came out just recently, very recently, that Kareem Hunt did not sign a deal and that he's meeting with Indianapolis tomorrow. And with everything going on with Jonathan Taylor and the fact that we already signed Kenyon Drake, it just feels to me like Jonathan Taylor is for sure getting traded. Also something that happened earlier today was that Jonathan Taylor, for the first time, was excused from training camp practice. Okay. And now there are some players that still hold out, okay, but holding out from training camp practice, you get fined $50,000 a day. Okay, Zach Martin at this point is up to like $750,000 because he's been not going to training camp practice. So Jonathan Taylor being excused from practice is, a little bit of goodwill, I guess you could say. We're not giving you no new contracts, so we're not going to charge you for not being here, but you're also not going to be here this season. So we're going to go ahead and let you do whatever you need to do. We're going to tell people you're rehabbing, and when we can trade you, we'll trade you. And that's what I'm thinking is happening right now. I don't have inside information, you know what I mean? I'm not an insider at this point, but my educated guess is that Jonathan Taylor, maybe even before the preseason game this Saturday, could get traded. The way Shane Steichen keeps talking, every time he's asked about Jonathan Taylor in his press conferences, it's his body language and it's how short his answers are and how quickly he tries to get done with it, that like he is clearly bothered by this. And I'm wondering just how much players get bothered by this, especially when, the star of the team, arguably the best player. I'm a massive Shaq Leonard fan. He's amazing, but he plays defense. So everybody says that Jonathan Taylor's the best player because he plays offense, whatever. So, if he's the best player on the team and he's not practicing because he can't get a new deal, how does that affect the locker room? So it feels like this is a situation the Colts want to get rid of soon, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be at practice anytime soon, which is a whole different conversation, right? Like, what is going on? We were told that this ankle surgery, we were told a long time ago that he was going to be good to go by training camp. And the fact that he's not back yet, like, paint me as a naive fan all you want. The kind of dude Jonathan Taylor is, I want to believe that like it's actually a health issue. I just feel like if he wasn't injured, he'd actually be on the field. But again, this is all business, right? Cutthroat business, all the ways you cut it up. So anything can happen. That running back Zoom call that happened, I have a feeling that people in there were kind of talking to Jonathan Taylor about how he's supposed to be the next star and that his next, like contract wise, he's the next in line. So I feel like there's some peer pressure coming from the NFLPA and then from the running backs themselves, kind of putting all this on them, and then everything with Jonathan Taylor's agent and everything, and then Jim Irsay being Jim Irsay and just saying stuff that other people, regular people, aren't gonna understand. So this whole situation's crazy. It feels like the Colts are just ready to move on, especially with Anthony Richardson and this is supposed to be an exciting time, and people keep talking about Jonathan Taylor. So I feel like we're going to get a resolution to this by the end of the week. I could be wrong there. Definitely by the time the regular season comes around, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of resolution. Either Jonathan Taylor's playing with us or he's on another team by the time the regular season comes, for sure. But of course, we're going to continue to monitor this situation. Okay, before I get out of here, I had just gotten done recording this video, but there's more news that I just got immediately after stopping the recording. Kareem Hunt, and let me pull this up so that I can be completely accurate for you. Kareem Hunt was called by the Colts before he even stepped foot on the field to work out for the Saints and was offered more money. This is news coming from Diana Rossini on Twitter. It also says he was advised to leave and head to Indy with a visit for the Colts. So he didn't even work out for the Saints. He came straight to Indy. They offered him more money. So this just goes to show we are signing Kareem Hunt. Let's go. And once that news is final, I will get a video to you as soon as I possibly can. Again, they're meeting tomorrow, so it's not happening today. But I will, if it does, if they do it over the phone or whatever, I'll get that video. They probably want to do a physical, but it sure sounds like we are signing Kareem Hunt, which means Jonathan Taylor at this point, you can expect him to be traded sooner rather than later. So with that, here's the actual ending to the first video I recorded. And of course, whatever happens tomorrow with Kareem Hunt, whenever that news comes out, I'll try to get a video to you. To be completely transparent, I do have a full-time job. So there is a chance that I might not be able to get a video to you right away on that, but I will do everything I can to keep you updated on everything Colts at all times. And with that said, again, we have a training camp video coming up very shortly. As soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to be getting my notes together for that and recording that video for you guys. So make sure you have notifications on and be ready for that video here in a couple hours. And until then, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you for the next video.